the narcissist, the toxic masculine, and the toxic feminine. Greetings to you all. I hope that you're feeling blessed and highly favored on today. Getting right into it, some of the most commonly used colloquial terms in the English vocabulary right now are narcissist and toxic. So let's break that down. What is narcissism? Personality qualities include thinking very highly of oneself, needing admiration, believing others are inferior, and lacking empathy towards others. Typically, having a need for attention, repressed insecurities, and few boundaries. Now, the effects of this behavior is that it can actually interfere with developing normal relationships and actually functioning in society as a whole. Next up on the menu, toxic masculinity, which can be defined as the dominant form of masculinity, wherein men use dominance, violence, and control to assert their power and superiority. Next, we have toxic feminism, which is a term used to describe women who use their femininity to get privileges and mask indirect confrontation and use gentleness, or by using gentleness. Examples of this can be male hatred, trolling, over sexualization, and undervaluation of oneself. Now, while there are many individuals who in our society actually fall under these particular categories, that's not up for discussion. I acknowledge this. My gripe is with the uneducated individuals with no background in psychology whatsoever, or not even a background in studying, for that matter. They discover a new word simply or hear it tossed around in popular culture and dismissively apply it to everyone who seemingly offends them. So this aggravates me because this casts such a broad net that anyone displaying a sense of pride in their work or abilities for that matter can be thrown under the category of a narcissist, even if you are solely or simply put confident in yourself, even if you don't verbalize the confidence that you have in yourself, even if you have multiple boundaries set in place with a tremendous amount of self-control and empathy towards others for that matter, you will still be thrown into the category by an insecure person or someone who actually would fall under the category of a narcissist themselves. It's gotten to the point where I literally hate hearing the word. I hate how it sounds coming out of the mouth of someone for the most part. Someone who, it sounds as if they have like a 5th grade vocabulary, who at no other time would ever be using a 3-syllable word. Simply they've stumbled across this and use it to sound smart. Or they use it in fact to try and tear down your self-esteem. They use it to try and strip you of the confidence that you bear because it is oftentimes offensive to them because they lack it. They are jealous because they don't even have any real confidence in themselves to hold on to, so they use this as a tool to hate on you. Now, that's narcissism. Next, we have toxic masculinity and toxic feminism. The word toxic in general is starting to aggravate me also, because it's becoming far too excessive in its use. It's overused for that matter. Granted, I understand that they're using this to say that something is just not good for you, or it can be harmful to others. I understand this. But please find a better word or phrase, because this is typically used by the same type of individuals who I was just describing, who let narcissists come out their mouth every 5 seconds. A dominant form of masculinity. Should a man not be a man? Does a lion not display the characteristics of a lion? This is right on par with this watered down culture or society which is telling men not to be men, but a feminized version of a male, a weak, emasculated version of a male that girls, children alike can be comfortable around and to where you can easily be dominated. This is laughable to me since when is a masculine man not dominant? Since when has a masculine man avoided physical altercation if pushed to that limit by another male or forced to protect himself or his family for that matter? Since when has a leader not been deemed as superior in his household, to his children, to his wife? Since when has a masculine man not asserted power and dominance with his words, with his demeanor, and with his actions? And any male embracing this philosophy and letting toxic masculinity fly out of your mouth, I literally have to question your sexuality. And for the women using this, oftentimes I feel that it is simply a ploy of manipulation to try and castrate, if you will, and emasculate the man so that she can assert her dominance in return and preside over him, only to turn around and to complain that there are no real men left in the world. My God. Now, that's toxic masculinity. Lastly, toxic feminism. While there are a number of feminists in the world, I believe in essence there is no toxic feminism, because to be a feminist in essence is to hate the very being of a man, to denounce all roles established by the Most High and try to attempt to do everything that a man can do, which is just foolish. Now, to be a feminist is to try to overcompensate by trolling and playing little mind games, bashing men all together and playing up the struggle of sexualization, overdoing it. I have no issues with a woman using what has been given to her, her mind, her body even, in order to get ahead in life. But to have that dyke spirit, where you literally come to tear down and abolish men, it's simply ridiculous, because in my opinion, you low-key desire to be a man actually. So again, in my closing, I do acknowledge that there are individuals who fall under these particular categories, and there are individuals who suffer from these mental disorders and conditions, but to cast such a wide net and just to throw titles around that you're not that informed about on people, or you're actually throwing these on people, it's wrong. And if you allow someone to throw these titles on you, then you are, in my opinion, embracing a demonic spirit, and you are agreeing to be on one accord with what's being said or prophesied over your life. So I would be very careful with embracing these ideologies. Continue to do self-inventory always. And if you do find yourself unable to empathize, or if your social life is being affected by certain character flaws, or if you're hearing the same thing time and time again, then there may be an element of truth to these statements. So, of course, work to fix that and be a better version of yourself, a better version of you, or being the best that you can be. But, we'll leave that there for now. With that, I thank everyone for listening. Tap in, tell me your opinion on the matter. How do you feel about it? And until next time, certainly be blessed.